Oh shit, man. Some people just about that bread, man. Anyway, this episode, you know what? At first I was thinking maybe, damn, this thing is gonna be kind of a disappointment, but it was funny as hell. And I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed this episode. They start off with the schools going to war against three of the other schools, right? They go to the first school. Gamaguri got shit on lock, man. They couldn't do shit. Them rule books wasn't no joke. Then we go to the second school, and they had a little bit of trouble at first. But my man with the suit that he has, all that shit, when the motherfucker spaz out in order to, input information into the suit. I can't remember what the dude is. The dude who always wear that jacket with the thing that like at first he kept opening up automatically. Now he got to unzip it every time he goes to talk and zip it back up. Yeah, him. He helped out because they had this like illusion. I don't know if they could have actually hurt him with it, but it was like a couple guys at the school that was like Power Rangers, right? And they summoned all their Megazords. So they had the music team scared. The music club scared. He came through, took care of that, and then the music club was able to do their thing, put their murder game down. Now, Gamaguri, he had to face off against the football club. But like I said, that wasn't shit to him. Then we got I forgot what his name, Bamboo Sword, Mr. Kendo. I'm just gonna call him Kendo. We got the Kendo, and he's facing off against a school that really wasn't about no club. They was on some mob shit. The dude says about that money. He said that's all we worry about. He said if you getting money, then we could talk, right? So he's facing off against him, and the guy sends a whole bunch of people out there with machine guns, and the machine guns is loaded with money, and they're firing plenty of rounds at the guy's squad. He pushed them all back except for Kendo, right? Now, Kendo gets involved. He throwing bodies around and shit like that, and he sends his squad into the building, and then they get pushed out. Then we had this funny scene where you see the blue squad, which is the that school, then you got the green squad, which is Sasuke's team, and they're going like this. It was like a tug of war, and then they managed to push them all the way back. The only person left was Kendo. That was it. Nobody else. Everybody was gone, and they were getting murdered in that city. So he was having a shitload of problems. It's like each person was having more problems, and to be honest, he seemed like he was the strongest one out of the Elite Four. Yet he had the most problem. So anyway, Kendo, he was knocking motherfuckers out, but his team got knocked out. But he was able to overpower him himself. So the dude comes out to see what you call him personally, and he has another squad on his team. But anyway, back to Gamaguri, they brought out a tank with meat. The meat was to absorb some of that damage from the rule books, and they can still fire off rounds with the tank. The tank got demolished because he brought out the guys who had Senketsu on them, the tag. They powered up the rule book and was able to overtake them. What you call them wasn't having any trouble. My girl, the music girl, she wasn't having much trouble at all after, they came through, my man Cyberboy with a Trine came through and did what he did. But then my girl Ryuko came through. She stumped the shit out of Gamaguri, but he didn't have his Goku uniform on. If he had his Goku uniform on, now like after she already beat him, she probably would have beat him. But if he had his new Goku uniform on, he might have been able to hold it off for a second. Anyway, she snatches up all the pieces of Senketsu from his squad. Then she goes to the girl squad, the music girl squad. She wasn't having no problem until she came along. And she snatched, fucked them up, snatched all the Senketsu pieces from them. Then she gets to the dude, Kendo, gets to him, and all his people is all fucked up anyway. So she just snatches those right up. Now, the dude that I was telling you about from the school, whose team got, what's up, Ed, man? Whose team got tore up, right? He said, you think those are the only people I got? This was the funniest part of the episode. He said, I got plenty of other henchmen, threw the money up in the air, right? and you see the people from the town rise up. I mean, it was just random people, like old ladies, everybody, businessmen, everybody from the town. They said, we about that bread. And they grabbed that money, and they said, we ready to go to war now. I mean, these motherfuckers was ready to go to war at the drop of a dime. The dude said, he said, it's about money around here. The guy said, you're going to get your town destroyed. He said, we just rebuild it. He said, it's about money around here. And it would have been funny. Oh, man, I kept thinking of this in my head. It would have been funny if the people grabbed the money. Like, they showed them grab the money. If they would have showed them, and then the townspeople said, I got motherfucking kids to feed. Then another guy says, man, my rent is late. My rent is due. Oh, I got this bill to pay. You know, like reason why they're going to war over that money. Like, oh man, I need this money. I owe somebody. I got gambling debt. You know, it would have been funny if they would have just said something like that. Like, I got motherfucking kids to feed. Grab the money and then just start firing on them. So anyway, he had to face off against them, and they were going hard. So he wasn't. It don't seem like he'll be able to win. It didn't seem like it because he doesn't have his suit on, and he's just completely outnumbered and outgunned. What you call my girl Satsuki? She showed up personally to deal with them. So that was the problem. Like Satsuki actually seen that as like a real threat, so she had to come out there and deal with them personally. Back to my girl Ryuko, she finds out that the only piece left is with Satsuki. Now Satsuki, she talks a lot of shit, and she got her own kamui. I don't know why she popped. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, it makes sense. It makes sense because you know I'm thinking like, okay, on a pride level, I don't need that. I can, you know, she doesn't have that kind. I guess she doesn't have that kind of pride where as long as she wins, she doesn't care too much, you know. So she oh yeah, and another good thing was she told the people, she said, even though you lost, it's okay because you were facing off against some strong opponents, man. It ain't no shame in that. You did your best and you did what you could. So I was happy about them saying that for the Elite Four because you always hear, I don't care who you lost against, you know. It's like, come on, motherfucker. I was facing a strong person on the planet, and I put up a good fight, and I still brought shame to y'all. Kiss my ass. That's what I would have said. So anyway, I was happy that they said that. But anyway, what I'm saying is, even though she had a piece of Senketsu on her, she has her own kamui, but she doesn't have to use that power now. You see what I'm saying? She got a little bit of a boost. She got the that piece on her glove. So now she can just fight in normal mode without having to use her own blood or anything like that. Wait, do they use blood? I see their veins popping out. So they probably use a little bit of blood. But anyway, that'll boost her normal mode up where she doesn't have to use the kamui or depend on it as much and still get the job done with less. You know, it's more efficient. So I can understand somebody using that. But that's how the episode ends up. And at the end, they revealed that Ryuko has gotten better. She's getting stronger. That her willpower helps her. So I'm guessing when she puts Senketsu back on, her willpower is going to be a driving force in that power. You understand? Like she's gonna be extra strong. Remember, her rage drove her in one direction. I'm guessing her willpower and and determination gonna push her in the other direction, and she's gonna be just as strong as she was when she was a mutated, ghoulish looking creature, as she will be when she is in another form, whatever form that she takes later on. So that's a good thing. Oh yeah, and I forgot one thing. My man, the substitute teacher, he quit. And look, he told some. This was funny as hell. The kid was standing there. He said, "What's going on? What you doing out here?" And he said, "Oh, I'm back to being. I'm back with Nudist Beach." Took off all his clothes right in front of the kid. Kid looking like, "What the fuck did just happen?" He's looking like, "What the hell did I just get myself into?" That part was funny as hell. Jumped in his car, whatever. So now he's back on his grind doing his little Nudist Beach thing. So that was interesting. But all in all, this episode, I was kind of at first I was like, damn, it seemed like just an average episode. Like just for the first minute, it was like, okay, just a couple combat, and it wasn't even that great of a combat. But it got better. It gradually kept getting better throughout the episode. And the only part I didn't really like was the part when they were showing Mako, trying to grab all that money just to buy some meat or whatever, some food or whatever. That was the only part I really didn't like. But I think they had a good gradual build up, and it was funny. You know, it had a nice few funny moments. And you see each school still had the same theme. Each student was the same. So that was kind of funny. I like that. So I'm going to give this a 4. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4. I'm going to let me give it a 4. It was a good episode. And it kept gradually getting better. It wasn't the greatest episode, nothing like that. But I'm just saying I like the fact that it gradually gets better. If something starts off suckish and it gradually gets better to the point where it's okay, I give that a better grade than something that's, basically. Well, I don't know about better, but it has more improvements. So I could lean towards giving it a better grade than something that's a little bit worse, but maintain that status throughout the whole thing. It doesn't get any better. You see what I'm saying? You got more to look forward to when it gets better. So that's pretty much it with that episode. Go ahead and leave your comments. Let me know what you think about this episode. Let me know what you think about this review. Rate the video. How the fuck I say rate the video? My bad. Like the video and subscribe. Anime and manga means more. Now the girl got to patch her shit up. But I would have liked it better. Be honest, I would have liked it better had she, instead of collecting Senketsu by just cutting little pieces off and then sewing it back together, that she fought them, use life force, life fiber suction, whatever the hell it's called, and it rebuilds itself. I think that would have been better. And on top of that, if she would have let them take over the schools already, and she had to go through each individual school herself, man, I think that would have been better. But go ahead and leave your comments about that. Peace.